Well, I bet you didn't see this coming, but backwards hat distraction, so I can steal your nose. Idiot. Today we're talking about the middle. Now, I've been kind of teasing this for a while, really hyping it up, and I've got to tell you, I was wrong to do so. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't regret doing this, it was a lot of fun, but there is a very glaring issue I want to talk about more after the showcase, because you're probably dying to see just what I did, and I did something rather special. So, with that said, you were hit with a seamless transition. I decided to test it on nocturnal sweeping, because I thought, hey, it's the middle, it'll be really good, getting revenge, getting a little bit of payback. We all know how Ricardo is. Spoilers, by the way, this is a Ricardo boss fight. And, believe it or not, he wasn't the hardest part of this. I'm going to give you maybe 3 guesses, but you can probably guess because the mouse has conveniently moved over there, and not by my choice. It was me, I did it. I'm sorry, I lied to you just there. As apology, take your nose back. Now you can breathe again. Anyway, here's the showcase, and I'll catch you at the end of it to explain why this team is good, but also sucks. Alright, so we're back, and before I dive into the middle, I want to talk about the passives and why I've chosen what I've chosen. Now, obviously G-Corp, you're going to take damage. Sinclair has an envy skill. This is probably the shakiest. Yisang, Otis, and G-Corp Gregor are probably some of the shakiest ones you can do. And that's because he is the only source of gluttony you can get. And he needs 4 to get his passives, which did come up a lot. Be thankful, this is the one I showed you. Out of all the attempts I've done, and I did 5 more after this just to see if I can get a better run, they did not get better. This really comes up clutch. Next, Ricardo is in fact weak to blunt, which is why 1 hour the fastest speed deals 10% damage when attacking a target. It's also why I put him first, so he gets more chances to attack, more skill slots. And this one's just good. Like, there's not much I can say, this one's just really good. Nice general buff. Also because nothing else fits. I mean, you could do Pequot first mate, but I thought you could have poise, you can't. I thought Ishmael or Caramel was better than she is. She's not, spoiler alert. Next, Faust is also in that same boat, where you really want an S3 owned, where 1 ally with a max HP inflicts 2 offense level down, with attacks at 25% chance. Unfortunately, she only has 1. Out of all of them here, same again. Caramel, same issue. Thankfully, this being skill 1, you can, well, I guess with this being a skill 1 gluttony, this one being a skill 1 lust, you can really ramp up effects like this. 1 ally with the fastest speed inflicts 1+ bleed. That's kind of it, really. I mean, LCCB assistant manager, once again, you're going to get envy. It's pretty good. And also, this pairs nicely with phase 2 and all the middle members, because they always have an assist skill active, defense skill. So it's been a long day, okay. Next, I really like this. Finally, more healing. And in fact, there was one scenario, I'm going to get into this real briefly, where this can come up for the passive if I head on over here, where on the hit, if the target has bleed, spoilers, she will, or they will, heal 3 HP. You can heal a lot with her. And now the big one. You're probably wondering, well, why Sun Shower? Well, finally, passive is good. When 1 hour, the least SP loses 10 SP when hit by an attack. It gains 1 blunt damage up next turn. And you're using a lot of counters. So you're going to get hit, you're going to lose that SP, you're going to hit. And because you are stacking this up constantly, doesn't really matter, because you're going to keep healing SP. Now then, here's the problem. Here's where the problem starts. This team is really only Sinclair. She probably did the worst. I think he really clutched up, believe it or not. He was a lot better than he should have been. There's not much else I can say. But she underperformed massively. And, I mean, this is cool, but other than that, but the biggest disappointment was definitely Caramel. And I think that has something to do, and this is just a personal preference, but, feel free to disagree. I really don't like her skill 3. I get the idea behind what she wants to do. The assist is really nice, getting 25% of missing HP as shield once per turn. That's really nice. I believe he has the same one. Yeah, he gets 30, so even better. The other 2 don't, which I find really weird. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check right now. Nope. And he won't because he's a 2-star. Yeah, okay, just inflicts bleed. It's part of her passive here. So it's the middle style grudge. I thought it'd be easier to 1, stack up, and 2, maintain a decent amount. Unfortunately, the skill here, consume all the middle grudge on self. Why? And it really just goes to show, the thing I don't like the most about the middle is they have some really powerful skills. Like, skill 3, really good. But you're better off using the defense skills. And that is honestly the biggest issue I've got. Also, I just think she needs more. I thought she'd be better. The burn isn't really burn, because it's all from thermal blades, and thermal blades isn't really... it's not really that good. There are some probably funky things you can do with, say... I don't know, you have Wrath skills, you could try and get this passive online, but once again, it's only good for one character, and you don't want to be doing that. You want to be spamming the defense skills and getting that enemy res constantly. With that said, though, will I play this team in the future? Possibly. It is possible, and I say that because I have high hopes for the Nursefather. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think the new Walpurgis Ego coming out, or whenever this video's out, is already out. It's going to be really good for Sinclair because it's going to heal him a lot, allow him to deal more bleed. But yeah, for right now, it's just him. And by him, I mean it's just this skill. That's all I've got. I want to like this team, but it really puts the mid in middle. Anyway, if you like this, you want to see more, if you have any other suggestions, please let me know. I'm always in the mood. I'm always down to try fun, wacky stuff like this. And, well, with that being said, I guess I'll catch you in the next Limbus video, where we do more dumb shit. And remember to like, comment, subscribe. Otherwise, you're going in the book. Stay refreshing.